Hi everyone, how are you? So right now I'm going to talk about diabetes, and I hope this helps. This is on diabetes type 2. A lot of it's about oral hypoglycemic agents because that seems to be a trouble area for a lot of people. So I figured I could help a little bit with that. So first what we need to know is that in type 2 diabetes, your cells from your pancreas, so your beta cells, are more or less, you could say they're tired, right? They've had enough. And they don't have enough insulin to pump out anymore. This leads you to insulin resistance. So insulin, if we need a metaphor to think about it, insulin is basically the UPS man, and it picks up your packages at the door and brings them to another door, right? And there's only one small change in that with the insulin. It's that it carries glucose, not packages. The risk factors for type 2 diabetes are obesity, your race of being African American, Hispanic Americans, and Native American. Then you would be more at risk. So there are several ways you can help yourself, including diet changes. So remember, if insulin isn't working, then there's too much glucose in your blood, meaning we need to cut down on our sugars. So let's remind ourselves what insulin is again. Insulin lowers the blood sugar because it brings the glucose into the cells. Okay? So exercising is a huge role in diabetes management and care and all of that. So, but it also, we have to remind our patients that it can be fun. It's not supposed to be, something they should dread, because who says an hour dance party with your friends isn't exercising, right? But I mean, you could go the more traditional route, just get your body moving. And I think that's the big thing, is that we want to move at least 30 minutes a day of moderate exercise, and for like 5 days a week. So let's talk about the different medications you can take to lower your blood sugar. So these are really hard to remember, believe me, I know. So I'm going to do the best I can to help you with it. So sulfonylureas, okay, they increase the release of insulin, right? So there's more insulin in the body now, and increase the amount of insulin receptors as well. So the glucose can travel to the cell when it's needed, and then it also increases insulin production from the pancreas, okay? So basically, I don't know what class we learned this in, some kind of like math or whatever. So if you have a lot more insulin than receptors, it's going to help, because I think we learned this in anatomy sometime. But basically what happens is that your cells, you have so much so much insulin from this medication that that it connects to receptors more easily, but also it adds receptors so that we can have use to this new insulin that we're getting, both by the pancreas and just the release of the new insulin. So basically, how to remember is, I remember it is the sulfglides, because glyburide, glyperamide, and glypizide are three main sulfonylureas. So the sulfglides want to glide through, so they need more receptors and more insulin. Okay? So the next one I'm going over is meglinotides, and these also increase insulin secretion from the pancreas. And you should take these 30 minutes before each meal. And the examples are nitaglinide and repaglinide. Again, I'm really sorry, I don't know how to pronounce these completely well, but these are the different ones. So I remember it as Meg and has a good friend group with Nat and Rapunzel, okay? And Meg, Nat, and Rapunzel get to work 30 minutes early each time because they're going to have less stress. Okay, so that refers to the secretion of the pancreas, the insulin from the pancreas. Okay, and okay, so biguanides are the next one that I'm talking about. Metformin. So you can remember this: metformin, biguanide, most common. It's a biggie, and it does not cause hypoglycemia. But it does a lot of things. It decreases the glucose production by the liver. It decreases intestinal absorption of glucose. So we want you to take it with meals to prevent diarrhea. And it also improves the sensitivity of the insulin receptors. So if you think about it, the metformin, M is for makeover. So metformin makeover, it's giving the receptors a little makeover to kind of like say, ooh, I want insulin, so it's enticing them in. Not that I'm promoting beauty on the outside. I think beauty on the inside is much more important, but this is just to help you remember. Okay, so alpha glucidase inhibitors, they inhibit the GI tract, so like carb absorption, and they are taken with the first bite of each meal. So acarbose, and miglatol are two examples. So these are another group of medications. And then last but not least, thiazolidinones are the new ones. So they enhance the receptor sensitivity in muscles and fat. But the problem is that they can increase cholesterol levels. So the way I remember this is that your thighs are muscle. So your thighs there's insulin receptor sensitivity increases in your thighs, in your thiazolidines. Again, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that well. And the way I remember that it's fat and they can increase cholesterol is that remember that I always think of fat when I think of cholesterol. So that's what you can think of. And I hope this helped. Hope it didn't confuse you. I always think that, little like trying to transfer the knowledge helps a little. So yeah, if you have any questions, reach out. Thank you. Have a great day.